Have you ever loved somebody so much that it made you cry? Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever... Okay, T, be serious. Okay. So this is the psychology of why we stay with the people that we love. The people that hurt us. Over and over and over and over again. Okay, this is why. Okay, so this one's hard to admit. You knew they weren't good for you. You saw the signs, you felt the anxiety, but still you stayed. You tried, and you hoped. Loving people who hurt us isn't about being stupid or desperate. It's about finding familiarity in wounds or hoping that maybe they'll change this time. We grow up feeling unheard, unimportant, or unseen. We start to confuse attention with love and chaos with chemistry. The nervous system learns to be on edge. So when we do come across those wounds, it doesn't feel wrong, it feels familiar. And here's another one that most people get confused. Trauma bonds are not soul ties, okay? Not at all. Sometimes the most intense relationships or connections come from trauma bonds, not an actual love connection. So whatever trauma that person had and whatever trauma you had, both of you guys connect with that same trauma. So both of you guys lean on each other for that support that you didn't get because you both have the same thing in common. A trauma bond is formed when you feel addicted to the person, or you feel like fixing them so that they can love you back, or you obsess over fixing them. Don't do that. You crave their validation after they break you down. You feel high highs and very low lows. And you call it passion. No, babe. No, that's not passion. That's disrespect. So it's not that you love them. It's that wounded part of you is waiting for them to rescue what got left behind. So please know that, okay? Because they can't come rescue you. And deep down you know this. We often fall for the people who have the same pain or have felt the same pain we did as kids. So if there was an emotional unavailable parent, we would be attracted to distant partners. If there was a chaotic home, we were comfortable with drama. If we had to earn love, we overfunction in relationships. Your inner child doesn't want a partner. She wants a emotional resolution. But you're not a child anymore. You get to break the cycle. You get to choose peace over pain, even when pain feels like home. Remember, you didn't fall for them because you're weak. You fell for them because a wounded part of you recognized something in them that felt familiar. A part of you said, this is love, even though it feels like pain. And pain can very well feel like home. When you grow up around inconsistency, emotional highs and lows, criticism disguised as help, chaos dressed up as connection, your nervous system wires itself to feel activated by drama. So when somebody treats you well, it feels boring, right? It feels boring because where's the excitement? Where's the drama? Where's the chaos? It's too quiet. It's too calm. Something's off. Something's not right. Immediately you start feeling all these things because you were wired to react to chaos and confuse it with love when no, babe, it's not love. You weren't addicted to them. You were addicted to the cycle. Because let's be real, it wasn't about them. It was about the cycle. It was about the longing, the attention, the emotional spike, the withdrawal, the craving, the hope, the little breadcrumbs that made you think maybe this time will be different. That cycle mimics the brain chemistry of addiction. The same thing as having an addiction problem. You get so much of it that once it's gone, you feel like you can't breathe. You feel like you can't function. You feel like you can't work the same way you did when you were in that roller coaster. And it's okay because you were wired for survival mode. And now you're learning to rewire for your peace. Trauma bonds feel like I can't breathe without them. They hurt me, but I still crave them. I'll just prove my worth until they see me. It's intense, but maybe that's passion. Real love, on the other hand, feels like I could be myself here. I feel safe, even when I'm not speaking. They don't need me to shrink to stay. Peaceful, not perfect, but steady. Just because something feels strong doesn't mean it feels healthy. And just because you loved them hard doesn't mean that they're meant to stay. And sometimes we don't want the person. Sometimes we just want the healing. We want the absent parent to show up in someone else. The pain to finally be chosen, loved, held through someone else. But that healing doesn't come from them. It comes from you, babe. You, inside there, in that heart of yours, in there. When you start to love yourself, you stop craving the pain. You stop chasing the people who don't love you. You stop letting people from your past write your future. It just stops. You weren't too much. You weren't clingy. You were scared. You were still learning. You were hoping they could fix what someone else broke. And now you're reclaiming your power. You deserve peace, not proving yourself to somebody. You don't have to fix them. You don't have to shrink yourself so that they'll love you. You don't have to perform to be chosen. The version of you who loved people who hurt you was still trying to be loved by someone who couldn't do it right the first time. Let her go. Let her rest. You've got you now. Now let's say this affirmation together. I no longer chase love that hurts. I choose love that feels safe, steady, and aligned with who I am becoming. I forgive myself for loving through my wounds. I no longer confuse chaos with connection. I choose peace. If you need some more tips or tricks or help or advice or any type of healing that I could possibly help you with, please download my ebook, Human Not Perfect. The link is in my bio. And I love you guys, and I hope that you guys will choose you every time and learn to love yourselves, because nobody could love you the way you love you.